Good afternoon. It's Friday the 20th of June 2024, just after 1 o'clock. Welcome to UK Column News. I'm your host, Mike Robinson. Joining me by video link today, we have Ben Rubin and Debbie Evans. Thanks for joining us both. Everybody else is at the Sounds Beautiful Festival at the moment, so I hope they're getting great weather. And Charles and I will arrive at that tomorrow. So let's get on, and we're going to kick off with the London Climate Action Week, which is taking place this week, I should say. And next week, then, Ben is going to cover this in much more detail once we see what the final outcome of this is. But I just wanted to go into a little bit of an introduction on it. 20 years of climate politics is E3G's claim. And of course, alongside Sadiq Khan, this organisation is the one that helped set this climate conference up. It's an annual event. I just thought we'd have a look through for E3G, the list of sponsors and so on, because it's the usual list of suspects. We've got Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, we've got Bulb, Chatham House, we've got various councils and so on in there as well. We also we got Canadian government, we've got the UK government, we've got the EU, we've got the Esme Fairbairn Foundation. We've got Hewlett Foundation, the Friedrich Mulder Foundation, a whole bunch of tax-exempt foundations, think tanks, and government institutions, Konrad Adenauer Stiftung, London Sustainable Development Commission, the Oak Foundation, Open Societies Foundation. Ben, it's the usual list of suspects there. What more can we say?
Yeah, this is the big play. It's the Climate Cabal. That's what I like to call them. And they are absolutely obsessed with this agenda. It's the big push.
It is indeed. And of course, ending up with the World Wildlife Foundation or World Wildlife Fund there, of course. So let's say originally established in 2019. This is the focus of the Climate Action Week for 2024. First of all, they're saying the road to climate ambition at COP30. So they're saying here that this is with a focus on the cooperation, politics and diplomacy needed to deliver a 1.5C aligned outcome in 2025. So they're hooking in all the politics with this one. Then we've got to hook in all the finance, of course, because financing the global climate transition is exploring how reform of public and private finance systems can support a new global finance goal at COP29. And of course, this is public-private partnerships. Delivering net zero and resilient UK with pre or post-election discussions on how to deliver the transformations needed across the UK. So how they're going to deliver the transformation in the UK, of course, Keir Starmer, as Debbie has been pointing out, is all about change and delivery of transformation. And then finally, mobilising whole of society climate action. So this is a focus on mobilising key networks in law, education, health, fashion, arts, culture, and beyond. A core set of flagship events across all these themes is already in preparation, and the aim is to make this significantly more visible globally and to Londoners in 2024. So a total propaganda operation at work there as well. But of course, we could not miss John Kerry, who is making lots of money pushing this particular agenda. And so yesterday apparently was the 5th anniversary of the UK passing net zero into law. And so John Kerry took advantage of that anniversary, along with Chris Skidmore there, nearly got his name wrong. Some people might understand how. The former Energy Secretary at the time to launch the Climate Action Coalition. This is what they're describing it as. So the Climate Action Coalition, we don't really know, Ben, what the likely outcome of that is going to be or what kind of organisation is that going to be. There's not too much information about it just yet. So undoubtedly you'll have something to say about this next week. But the other thing, one of the big organisations that is featured at this event, of course, is C40 Cities. We've been talking about them for a very long time, so it's hardly a surprise that they are taking part in this. We have a short clip as the deputy, what is he? I can't remember what he is. He's a deputy to Sadiq Khan. Anyway, I'll find out in a second and tell you after the video clip. Is talking about a new initiative to deal with goods vehicles in cities.
I do just want to know, pay particular tribute though to the work of C40, which is the global network of mega cities that Sadiq chairs. They've been working with the Climate Pledge on the Lane Shift Initiative, which is an example of how major cities across the world can work together to reduce carbon footprint, the carbon emissions from their delivery fleets.
So that's all done under the banner of C40 Cities, which Sadiq Khan is a founder of. That was Richard Watts, who's Deputy Chief of Staff for Sadiq Khan. This whole initiative was launched, let's have a look at this one, as a result of the Climate Pledge. So this is launching an initiative to decarbonise heavy-duty truck emissions. They launched it in Rio de Janeiro in June, earlier in the month. But Ben, this is probably the biggest problem that the climate change advocates have is when we're looking at heavy goods vehicles, whether that be road transport or shipping. This is an area which is practically impossible to electrify because of the energy requirements.
Yes, absolutely. But it's not stopping them from saying that they are going to be able to do it and putting a lot of money into it and building big propaganda campaigns. So achieving the impossible seems to be on the agenda for these people.
So just very briefly then, Ben, for next week, what do you think are the key takeaways that are likely to be on your report next week then?
I think the main thing to understand is that this is really, as I said at the start, this is the big international play. And I called it a climate cabal. And I did that purposefully because I see this as a globally coordinated criminal enterprise, essentially, an unholy alliance between money and power to wrest control of the global system away from citizens.
Yeah, and sorry, the key point here, Ben, isn't it, is if we're looking at organisations like Sadiq Khan, C40 Cities, which he founded, and all these various players that have been funding this organisation or this conference, this is as far away from politics and democracy as it's possible to get.
Well, absolutely, yes. Well, they talk a lot about democracy, but they seem to be trying to subvert it at every single opportunity, as I'm going to come on to a little bit later.